pulling out, huh? Dang it. Ma'am, do you know if there's another pop machine here, like other than the other building?
That's all I know are these two.
Okay. This is a pretty nice gym, huh? It's not bad.
Yeah, except for the gang stalkers.
Gang stalkers? Is that what they do?
Huh?
Is that what they do?
Well, most of them don't live here.
From what?
Most of them don't live here.
Oh, they come around.
Yeah, they come on the building to harass
Other people?
me in particular.
Really?
Yes.
I think I've been going through the same thing. Honest to God.
What do they do?
Well, I've only lived here a little over a month, and you know, I hadn't had a washer and dryer for a long time, you know, but I'm quiet. I was. Now I'm like, I still am, but anyway, I didn't do laundry after 11, and, you know, or even 10. You know, I try to be done by 9 o'clock or whatnot, but probably did, you know, 20, 30 loads in that, you know, month period or whatever.
Well, yeah.
And then one day I came home and my door was completely cracked all the way around, and I just had an intuition to watch when I was filling the washer, and I turned for 2 seconds to go do something else and came, and there was just water all over like.
My washer also leaked right after I got here. It was because something went in the drain pipe or the drain hose.
Yeah, he said the maintenance guy said it was one that was completely disconnected, but he just put tape on it. I don't know how much that's going to help.
Yeah, one of the things gang stalkers do is they cause leaks.
That's in, yeah.
If you have your own home, they'll go on the roof and take the shingles off.
Wow.
If you live in an apartment building, they compromise management and maintenance to let them in. There's also an electric device they can just stick in the lock that'll open it. And there's also pass keys, and some of the people that organize it are the first responders, police, firemen, etc. And they have pass keys. You know, they have master keys for all locks. Because
I was reading about it because I was looking up different terms, because this started in my other apartment over by the Mission, like years after I'd lived there. Like everything was fine, you know, and I knew something started changing. You know what I mean? Because I have OCD, so even if things look, you know, out of place, I know how I leave. Yeah.
Well, they also come in where you live, and they don't really steal anything that's worth something. They steal a small object, or they move like a lamp from one side of the room to the other.
Right.
And that's done to freak you out and make you think you're crazy. And if you tell other people, they will think you have schizophrenia.
And I don't know, that was I hope that was off the top of the grill, because that is really strange that you said that, because a girl.
They do the same thing to everyone that they're gang stalking.
But
exactly.
The thing is, I don't even hardly know anybody here. Like, I don't know.
It's the people that are gang stalked are usually very intelligent. They've been
intuitive and.
Like I am an INFJ.
I don't know what
intuitive.
That is. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, me too. Like hypersensitive and.
Yeah, sensitive person.
When I open my door, I can right away smell if I'm dreading going up there and opening the door. I really am. Like, I haven't been here since earlier, and I'm dreading it. And that's really odd, because I'd looked up on the internet all kinds of different terms around, like, that had to do with that, like mob things, but I never put the stalking until a younger girl that's experiencing it. Like, she's only 24, and she has to shower with the curtain pretty much open, and because she's from California and an outsider, and I don't know.
Yeah, they
it just
hate people
made me
from
sad.
California here. It's really crazy. But if you were a whistleblower, if you know something they don't want the public to find out about, if you're a journalist, if you pissed off a powerful person,
right? That's, yeah.
And see, it's JTTF Fusion.
Okay.
They have the Phoenix program in Vietnam. They
Right.
brought that to the United, and then they went to Latin
Like
America.
MK Ultra, they kind
and
of was a branch of it.
Well, MK Ultra is being used because it's trauma,
And they're like-
trauma based.
Was how many other people speak about it? Because my buddy went through it
Almost
too.
no one, because because if you talk about it, you look crazy. And not too long ago, I decided I'm going to talk about it and write about it.
Wow.
Because I don't care.
You just blew my mind.
The other thing is that if you go to get health care and you tell them the story, they will misdiagnose you.
Right. Yeah, and I figured that already. I know I can almost pinpoint when it started for me, because I never felt like that. Like, just having to, I'm over the material shit. Like, that doesn't matter. The flood was a fucking disaster. I turned for 2 seconds and it was just, and
What floor are you on?
5th.
Okay,
And
because
I
there
had
was
to-
something that happened on the floor I'm on, and
Really?
I'm chemically sensitive, and they're supposed to tell me if they're painting or using glue, and all you have to do is tell
They
me,
should.
and then I can take precautions, but they refuse to tell me.
Are you over here too? In this?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
on the 3rd floor, and
Well, that's really, I'm glad to hear somebody else say it. I didn't know if it was like, I knew that probably if you were one of them, you wouldn't say anything about it, you know what I mean? Because most of them don't,
I go to the office and I wear a body camera. I go to the office and I show them the videos. Because they do mimicking stuff too. Like if you're
that's what was
online,
happening today.
you're online and you look up, like, for instance, I was going to Fred Meyer. I was going to go get on the bus to go to Fred Meyer and buy a shopping cart. And I was looking at them online. At Fred Meyer, I looked at the one they had and I said, well, that's a piece of crap that, is just going to fall apart. And I didn't get it. I come back and these 2 people, gang stalkers from the bus station, one of them was dancing on the corner. Then when I got in the bus station, another one was dancing in the bus station. I got video of that. And then,
Bizarre.
then I go in this lobby here, and there's a woman in the lobby with no shoes on. It was the middle of winter, and I had a series of women with no shoes on occur. She's got
what do they call that? They call it, what I read is like putting on a play, like a public play.
street theater.
Fucking lame.
And so she's got one of those carts. And this guy and she's trying to block me from getting in the elevator, and I was kind of waiting for her to get in, so I just went around her and got in. I get in the elevator. I was too far away from the guy at the bus station to see his face. So later on I got screenshots, and I
That's a
compared
smart idea.
the clothing, and it was that guy from the bus station, and he was probably her handler.
Oh, okay. It's just until this, and I felt so bad for this younger girl, because, she's got a beautiful child and she's just trying to do the right thing, and it's like, she's the first one that ever said those 2 words, and then I was like, what? I started reading, and me and my buddy, he dedicated a whole Facebook page about it, and I'm like, dude, don't get yourself hurt over, you know what I mean? But he's tired of it too.
How about when you go to the store?
Oh yeah, there's weird, it's
Shopping carts?
Yeah, just
People swarming around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
In
even
weird sections like the spice aisle, all of a sudden, like,
well, I take 2 glass gallon-sized jugs over to Whole Foods. I buy most of my food over there
That's
because
cool.
I'm gluten-free and all that stuff.
okay, good.
And I eat a lot of healthy food. So I go
That's
over to
good.
fill it. Now, every time I go to fill water, even if it's late at night and there's hardly anyone in the store, there's somebody standing there to be in the way, pretending like they're fascinated with the machine. And it's real complex. You just pull a lever.
And those those are the types of things I've learned to laugh at. But the thing that I'm getting pissed about is my front door over here. Was not like that when I moved, and it's completely. You can push in the wall all the way around it. It's like mush. And
Who
there's
would do
new
that?
dents all the time. Like I've
They also put scratches.
Yes, and I put baby powder down just lightly and found boot prints and took pictures of that. I've taken pictures of
You
everything.
can get a DVR, a small DVR type video
That's what I probably need to do.
recorder to leave.
I just don't know if I kind of feel flattered, but in a way I'm like, what is wrong with
It's a type of human trafficking. There's 10,000 security contractors in the United States.
So it runs deep, yeah.
So they hire the missing money from the Department of Defense and the black budget.
Yeah.
This is what they're doing with it. And these contractors want to find people. We're on the terrorist watch list, essentially. We're on lists. And so they're not, so JTTF isn't really about terrorism, and we've all seen how they've set people up. It's more about terrorizing.
Right. A culture of fear. Like, that's why I guess I choose to, I have no credit. Like, I applied even for a Cabela's card and stuff. Like, I've always worked and things like that, but I don't really have any credit, which is actually better than...
I got rid of my charge cards decades ago. And
that is really
I did a credit check and it said she might be dead.
What? No way.
Because I don't use credit.
No, I laughed through it because it was really bad today, though, and really bad, like really bad.
And have you noticed the kind of people that they use?
That's why my backpack's full of my food, because I don't trust.
Well, I bring my electronics with me everywhere
and
I go.
Yeah. And I set up a recorder last night or the other day when I left for a little bit, and it was a brand new battery and a mini disc, one of those older mini discs, but they're smaller. They were they didn't take well or whatever, but I used them at the time. But they got a really good mic on them, and I put opened a brand new 74-minute mini disc and a brand new battery, set it all up, and it shut off with a muffle at 35 minutes. Just when I came back, the battery was still full, and it's just odd.
Well, there's probably ELF
but
being used in the building. Have you noticed who the street level gangstalkers are?
Yeah.
They're loser types.
Well,
they're like drug dealers.
Yeah.
Drug users.
To an extent, but then
ill.
there's other ones that are like high ranking. You know what I mean?
Handlers.
Because when I went to last time when a lot of things were going on last year. It was a rough year, and during the holidays especially. But I don't know.
Well, I talk about it everywhere I
go. Well, it's nice to meet you, and I'm glad
Tell
to hear
me your
somebody.
name again. I have a hard time remembering names.
And if you ever need like help or anything, I'm on. And I don't know if I got into. I thought at first maybe it was being the new person, because my PSR or social worker, CBRS worker, he, out of all that complex and this complex, when she told me what department I was going to move into, I didn't even know there was 2 buildings until I signed the lease.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But he knew who he was, and he said he was a real nice gentleman. I don't know what happened to him. He was in his wheelchair, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I know you have to earn respect, but at the same time, just disrespecting people for no reason is hard to.
Well, they were tearing out flooring next to me and above me at the same time. And then oh, thank you. And
yeah, I have scratches all over the brand floor underneath the rug and they're almost legible letters, but not quite. Just
document, take pictures and videos of everything.
I have, and it's getting to a point though where I'm more worried about deposit, and that's how I was at my last place, because this front door is spot, and it wasn't like that when I moved in. But
weird.
It's nice to meet you, and I'm
you
glad
too.
that because I had never heard about it. Just actually about 3 weeks ago, and I started reading it.
There's lots of information. There's some people that think it's aliens. That's just because the people act weird. And there's some people that think it's a spiritual thing. No, it's not.
I just think they're after people that have a mind of their own and don't follow the...
Yes.
I mean...
Creative is another category, and I believe something's going to happen. There's going to be,
It's just singled out for nothing, though. It's like... I'm sorry that, you know, certain things are the way
It
they
is
are
for
here.
something.
Like,
It's because somebody's making money doing it. All
I
of
just
these,
know that my conscience might, I mean, I would, you know, I've worked really hard in the last 15 years to change, you know, to not be negative and not be judgmental and critical. And
the best thing to do is just do what you want to do and don't let them stop you. And have a healthy lifestyle.
yeah. Well, thanks for the talk, and I
You too.
appreciate you going over there and getting, maybe I'll go over some time with you if I get you around. I've only been in there one other time, but that's what I was talking to myself on the way back about, just taking care of myself and letting the rest just.
Eat healthy food and get a lot of exercise.
Yeah. All right, have a good night. It's
You
nice to meet
too. You too. Thank you.